Hi, this is James. I recently discovered a link by accident, a link between diabetes and coaching your employees. So, if you are a business owner, if you are a corporate manager or leader, this is something that you may want to pay attention to. So, I have been pre diabetic for many, many years, more than 10, 15 years now. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I started measuring my blood sugar levels on a consistent basis, and I used the gold standard, which is the HbA1c measurements, which are taken once every 3 months. And because I was doing these measurements on a consistent basis, I was able to manage my pre diabetic levels pretty well. But during the COVID, with the lockdowns, I kind of slackened, and there were many measurements that I had missed. So early this year, when all the lockdowns had been lifted, I decided to go back and start doing my tests. And what I realized was that because I had taken the last test many months ago, I think about 6 months or 9 months ago, which means I had missed 2 cycles of testing, my reading had actually gone up or jumped pretty high. And this got me thinking that because I was not measuring myself at a frequent interval, I had become indisciplined, and therefore I did not know what corrective measures to take because I did not know where I stood with regards to my prediabetes. And that got me thinking about all the organizations out there that claim that they coach their employees, but they do not measure the performance of the employees. So they have got no clue whether the coaching works or it doesn't work, which is exactly what I had experienced. Because if I had done the blood tests regularly, I would have received the results and known what to do. So it's the same with coaching. When you do not know whether someone is improving and they don't know if they are improving, then you won't know what to do because you are not measuring what needs to be measured. As Peter Drucker said many, many years ago, you can only manage what you measure. And if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Simple. So, a couple of lessons here. One is do consistent measurement and therefore always tie that up with your coaching. Number two, if you do not have a measure of what someone is expected to achieve, you cannot manage it. And I've heard so often about subjective goals. There is no such thing as subjective goals, it's just feelings. All goals have to be objective because they need to be smart goals, they need to be time bound. You need to be able to measure them. Otherwise, it does not work. You're just wasting your time if you think you are coaching your employee, but nobody is improving. And that reminds me of something that I recently also discovered quite amusingly. I discovered that there was a bank that started conducting coaching or offering coaching to their executive level managers. And this was, I think, a period of over 4 weeks or so, or maybe 2 months. And at the end of the coaching period, the executives in this bank received certificates of achievement. That blew my mind away. You don't coach someone to give them a certificate of achievement, you coach them so that they would improve. That should be the sole measure. Other than that, the only measure was the time that you spend going through the coaching process. Whether you improved, it's a huge question mark. Did they or did they not? So remember this, guys, as you go and do coaching out there, measure. So I hope this self-discovery that I had is also useful for you when you are coaching your staff. And if you want to know what you need to measure when you're coaching employees, check out this next video.